Hey guys, we're on day 307 in our Bible reading plan, and today we're reading Mark chapter 11 and John chapter 12. So in John chapter 12, we're going to read that Jesus is anointed at Bethany. We're going to read that Jesus comes to Jerusalem as king. And then in Mark, we're also going to read that Jesus comes to Jerusalem as king, and then he enters the temple courts and looks around, but it's late in the evening, and so he leaves. And then as he's leaving, we read that Jesus curses the fig tree. He comes back the next day, he clears the temple, and then Jesus' authority is questioned once again. And as I was reading all of this today, I know we have read of Jesus entering into Jerusalem as king before today, just because of the way we're reading through the Gospels here. We've already read this account several times. We've read about Jesus cursing the fig tree already. We've read about Jesus clearing the temple. And the thing that really stood out to me as I was reading this was just the exchange that Jesus and Peter have after the fig tree has withered. And in verse 21, it says, Peter remembered and said to Jesus, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree you cursed has withered." And Jesus' response there, he says, "Have faith in God," Jesus answered. "Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes what they say will happen, it will be done for them." And what really stood out to me is just Peter's response. There's an exclamation mark there. He's like, "Rabbi, look, what you said would happen, happened." And I was just reminded of all of the times that the Lord has done something that I have been praying about. And when it's done, I remember like, oh, whoa, there's that thing that you did that I was praying about, and you were so faithful, God, to come through and to do those things. And Jesus tells his disciple in that moment, he says, if you have faith and do not doubt, that when you pray for that mountain to move, it will move. Then it will move. And I was just encouraged as I was reading through this. You know, Peter's been walking with Jesus for a long time at this point. He has seen him. By the time they enter Jerusalem, they have seen him raise Lazarus from the dead. And he's still amazed that Jesus, the words of Jesus have weight and power. And it just reminds me that no matter how long we walk with Jesus, when we trust him, when we trust that he hears our prayers, he still amazes us. He still is faithful. He still comes through. He still is in the business of answering prayers, especially those made in faith. It just encouraged me to continue looking for that fulfillment of my prayers, of the questions, of the things that I bring to God, to continue seeking him, to continue expecting him to show up and answer, of course, according to his will, but to believe that he will show up and that he is faithful. I hope that encourages you. I'd love to hear how the scriptures are speaking to you, what's challenging you, and how God is speaking to you through his word today. So go ahead, drop a comment in the Bible reading app, and let's encourage one another. Have a great day, guys.